All right, now there is some facial recognition technology that I want to talk about here. Now, it's been run in China for a while, so why not bring it here? What a great idea to celebrate freedom, which is that there's schools that are going to be trialling, essentially, facial recognition technology. So when your kids turn up, you don't have to sign in to say that they're there. They're just going to walk past a camera and ping, Big Brother will know. Have a look.
This is the stark reality in China. Scanning the faces of students to let them in to school. In the US, eyes above patrol classrooms.
My face is not recognised and the door doesn't open.
Now facial recognition is in Australian schools.
We're really sleepwalking into a surveillance society.
LoopLearn's system is being trialled at 5 schools across Australia to mark the classroom role and has already been tested at Clarendon College in Victoria.
I think new technology is good as long as it's foolproof.
I'm yet to sort of hear from the kids or the school how successful it's been for them.
It scans a person's face to mark their attendance in class, sending the information to an app, potentially on a teacher's smartphone. LoopLearn says it's in schools in part thanks to a federal government grant of almost $500,000.
You love surveillance, don't you? You love deep tech, deep data tracking. Any chance to talk about it, Pete? You're on board. How do you feel about facial recognition?
This makes my blood boil. This is one school is one of those places. Look, I get the slippery slope to the surveillance society. I get that, and I know I'm from a different age. I went to school in the 60s and the 70s. When I was at school, the tech department was whoever wheeled the TV from classroom to classroom. I know it's changed, but there is a time and a place, and let kids be kids. One of the great journeys of school, one of the great life lessons of school is being able to wag and not get caught. And if you do get caught, there's a consequence for it. Correct. They can spin it all they want, these companies, and go, oh, no, it's for the greater good. It is a dark, dark place, and the last place you want it to be is in kids' schools, sorry. Oh. And you don't want their face on some sort of database for the rest of time.
Yeah, Tina, how do you feel if this was your grant?
Scares me. I'm happy to sign in, sign out. No, it's absolutely crazy. We don't need it. Airports, sure. Schools,
yeah,
never.
It's hardly sort of border security to work out whether a kid's turning up or not. Are you on board here?
I just hate this so much, I can't begin to tell you. And it's a situation where we don't know where it's being trialled. We are not given any good reason why it's being trialled. I was reading Zero Hedge today, and a man named Chang says China is the new Third Reich, and I know that bureaucrats here say, if only we had more information, if only we had more tools, if only we had more power, everything will work so wonderfully well. But it's awful.
But also, it's the thing we're being sold now. The data, the data mining. That is the new gold rush, and that's what people want. And they want as much data about you. You rent an Uber. It's not about you getting home. It's the data they collect from it. You buy stuff at the supermarket. It's not about you. It's the data they collect from it, and that is really, really valuable. And all this does is make this another piece in that data puzzle, and they will. It will somehow end up, and LoopLearn or whatever the company is can tell you that they've got all the securities in place. That data will find its way into the commercial sector.
But also, as if they're not going to work out that 60% of kids turn up 12 minutes before the start of school. There you go. So therefore, let's make sure that the buses all sort of either run to that time or move, and all the flow on of this innocent piece of information. And look, also, you can see how this works in China. Now, remember the government that is pushing this stuff in China. It's not a way of organising 1 billion people so they don't bump into each other. It's so you can ultimately, if someone displeases the powers that be, deperson them. So they've moved to a scenario now where their version of WhatsApp, the WeChat thing, you can pay for things. Essentially, no money, we all know this, no one takes notes anymore, no one takes coins, it's all the technical stuff. Well, surprise, surprise, if you displease the government, you can't pay for anything anymore.
That's
surprise,
right.
Surprise, if you displease the government, you can't get access to the train anymore. Now, is this about to happen in Australia? Of course not. But think about it, about someone who, and think about how Facebook and Twitter works, where your opinions, not your actions, not your crimes, rule you as being someone to be deplatformed. Slowly but surely, if they're able to deperson you to say, Mike Jeffries, that alt-right figure is not allowed in this shopping centre because our core values are about, tolerance, all that guff,
That already happens in some organisations in this city.
Correct.
But
I can't even turn on Channel 2.
But the fact of the matter is, I don't want to shock the panel here, but you remember Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall? I never wanted to be another brick in the wall.
That's it.
And that's what this is making all of us.
It's supposed to be the exact opposite of that kind of surveillance. I mean, I know you've got to watch your kids and like that, but that's what teachers are for. That's why they call your name out, and that's why you go, here, sir, or here, yes, ma'am.
And there's nothing, and the early stand-up comedian trick of being able to do a silly voice, present, you know, you're finding your way. Stop robbing them of all of these little things that help build to a big life. All right.